I'm going to record the Zoom meeting from here on out. So with that, I'm going to share my screen, my primary screen here, and see if that is working.
We can see it.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to go over here to this page. I was going to start in my from online classes. Okay. So the first place, a resource that I want to show you before I get into it is that I have been overhauling this tier 2 training classroom of mine and consolidating information that I have in what used to be called or was the boot camp, and then what I created last spring, which was a quick and dirty, we got to get everybody over here. That's where the Screencast O Matic information was. I have now added it to this classroom. It's under content, pages, and media, this module 4, which if you click on that button, it just goes to the module page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on module so I can show you, because that module has many things in it. But the last thing in here is Screencast O Matic. This page tells you right off the bat that the step 1, if you do not have access to it, is to create a service ticket with your name and please add me to Screencast O Matic. If you title that ticket, they know right away what you're asking and who needs to see that, which is Jim Carmichael, who will add you to a group that is, if they're in this group with that WC email, they will have access to the Pro Screencast O Matic. You want access to that Pro because it allows you to do the closed captioning, which is going to be UDL requirement. We're going after videos this next semester and this next year. That any video that you put into your classroom should have the closed captioning available along with a script for the hearing impaired to be able to read the information. So that, again, we're making sure that the information in your classroom, if it's video, if it's audio, is available in multiple formats for the different types of students that we have. Any questions on that before I press forward? Cool. Of course, I already mentioned this, utilizing the same computer is going to help us because we're seeing how far we're paying for 200 right now. And once it gets past that 200, we'll have to request from the board an additional. So if we can try to stay under that 200, that's great. And you can help us out by only accessing it from this same computer when you log in to do this. So I'm going to physically actually show you how to do all of this. So, but if you forget, like 2 minutes later, you want to come back and look at some of this stuff. Here is where it's located inside your rich text content editor in Canvas, as well as some videos, how to add the closed captioning. But I'm going to do a live, hopefully. I'm zooming while recording. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully I can do a live demonstration of that for y'all today. So just to repeat, you can find that information in this tier 2 classroom. And if you're missing your tier 2 classroom, if you go to courses, all courses, missing meaning you unstart it, which that happens because you're like, I'm not even looking at that anymore. Just locate the tier 2 advanced Canvas training in this first section on your courses, all courses, and restart it to get it back on. Which will be good because I'm going to be putting, I'm as I said, restructuring that class, and we're going to have a lot of the UDL compliance stuff is going to show up there. So I'm trying to have one place where everybody gets all the information they need on that. So that'll be good to have back on there if you don't. All right, then without further ado, I'm going to, is this dot visible? Is this whole screen visible to you? That's what I can't tell.
Yes, we can see your tabs at the top.
Okay, good. All right, so what I'm going to do first is show you what the launcher looks like once you download the engine, which is part of the process of once you have access, you'll go online, you can download this recorder, and it's a program just like anything else in your whether you are looking for Word or Excel. Screen recorder launcher is what it's named when it's downloaded. I have it pinned to my taskbar right now so I can get to it on the fly. And once it's there, again, I am ready to do a presentation. I can hit record and it brings up the recorder. Before I do that, I'm going to, I don't have a PowerPoint right now, so I just brought, I thought I would show you, okay, maybe I want to explain this document to my students. So I have it up on the screen before I start my recording. And I have a lot of things open. I'm going to press on my button here, screen recorder. It launches in a minute. Come on up. Okay. All right, so this is the full, it's going into my actual Screencast O Matic and showing me my previous recordings. If I hit record, it's going to start a new recording. That's the launcher I thought it would do a moment ago. All right, and when you hit the this recorder, you've got your choice of your screen, a webcam, or both. I tend to not want my face recorded, even though it is right now. With my Zoom meeting, I usually just keep it screen. And you usually don't have to change any of these other features here unless you're doing some other weird audio input into your recording. But if you're just recording your computer straight up, you don't have to change any of these preferences. You can just start recording. I'm going to talk about the pencil here in a minute, but I can get my screen ready. I'm going to minimize this, get back here. So I'm ready to do my recording, and you can always obviously edit, but I know most people are not real comfortable with editing their videos. So you're going to want to get as close to getting this started and stopped, you know, as possible. And know that you can trim after I start recording. I'll have the ability to, even before I save it, to trim the beginning and the end. So if you're stumbling to stop your recording, don't worry about it. You can very easily trim it on either side. Okay, so I'll do a really quick one to show you how to start how to record one, how it captures some of the captioning, and how you go get that captioning after I stop it. So I'll do a very, very quick one. Oh no, I'm gonna do two things I wanted to show you. Just if you wanna talk to them, or if you actually wanna draw on something. I know particularly my math teachers wanna be able to draw, you know, on like a whiteboard. As if they were presenting on a whiteboard. So if you have anything like that where we're showing formulas, or you just something you wanted to draw on to show them things on the screen, you can do that. It's a pretty cool feature. So I wanted to be sure I showed y'all how to do that today. So, okay, so I'm gonna do a recording, hit recording. Now you see my little box here that's around the edges here, that's showing me what's being recorded. So if it's not full screen, you need to drag those boxes over here to make sure you're getting what you intend. Or like, oh, you don't want them to see, say, the tabs because you're looking at something online and you don't want them to see all your tabs. You might want to, you know, bring it down like that, for example. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it full screen. All right, now I've hit record. I'm going to get a countdown. I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to hit pause and then show you how to draw and talk. Okay, so hitting record. I'm going to 3, 2, 1. Okay, class, today we're going to talk about how to locate your rosters online. And this is my quick reference on this, and we're going to be discussing this in class on Tuesday. I'm going to pause this for a minute. You can always pause, like, oh, now I've got to get my thoughts together for the next thing I'm going to tell you. It's just going to wait for you to hit that record again and start again. Maybe what I've got to show next is the drawing thing that I was telling you about. I'm going to do a whiteboard, but I could also draw anything I have on the screen. I could just start drawing on once I engage this little pencil thing. I'm going to open up just a blank sheet here and show you, like, I'll pretend I'm a math teacher. I don't know. I don't do math, but, but we'll do this. So I turn on draw in Zoom. Now, if that's a toggle on or off. If it's on, it's going to, my mouse is turned into a pen, okay? Now I have to hit the record again. You might make this mistake. Like I can start drawing now and it's not recording, but I need to hit record. And it's gonna give me a countdown again. And now my mouse is a drawing. So I can, you know, here's the easiest math problem in the world that you can see. I could be talking and going about this and telling them great, wonderful mathematical things, or maybe you have in nursing a diagram and you want to draw and highlight some things, whatever the case, you can have some of that going on in your video. Now, if I want to stop the recording, I have to actually get back into my engine here. So give me a minute because I've got Zoom going on, and so I may have a hard time getting it to stop recording. So let me hit escape. Here we go. There, escape. All right, that's my tip. If you need to escape to get this recorder to come back up, hit escape and then hit pause. Worst case scenario, you have a little bit of mumbo jumbo in the middle of your video. I'm sure your students will not mind at all. Okay, so that's a little quick 1-minute video I've done in Screencast O Matic. You can use anything you get on the screen, you are casting to them. So you got, even if you had, I know in nursing, especially with some of these interactive textbooks, you have interactive different things from labs that you're interacting with. You could have that up on the screen and you could be talking to your students through the things that you're seeing on the screen. As long as you have it on here, and you hit record, it's recording everything that you see. They'll see. And you can talk about it. So, all right, now I'm here. Now, if that was a bad take, obviously I could delete and start all over. I don't know how many videos I've recorded in this. Oops, that was not good. And start again. You can just start all over again. But I'm going to pretend that was good. So we can press on and going to click done. Your options are save and upload. That wastes a lot of time, in my opinion, especially if this for most of y'all. It's going to go straight into your Canvas classroom. But you could save, and one of the ways, or one of the things you might want to do with saving is if you were going to send it up to YouTube or some other location. Quick share is not, you're probably not going to use either as often. It would be like, I'm done, I've got to get this straight out to somebody. It would share it, it would create a link, it would put it in your bank, it would put it in your Screencast O Matic bank and have a shareable link for you right there. What I want to train y'all to do is to actually edit the video, because there's a couple of things when I click on this that you will be able to do once it's here. Okay, you're gonna see the actual video come up on screen. And here's the first thing that I said was really cool about it, is that I can cut it if I want to and drag some things. Like I don't want that part, you know, on this part, I can drag it on this side. Let me cancel out of that because I don't want to do that. But there's some very, very, very basic cuts and edits, trims that you can do before you upload this. Now let me see if I can move this off the screen because we need to see more of this over here. Okay, now next thing. So we have not published it. We're not done. We haven't published anything. I'm in the intermediary step, which is trimming it. Are some of the things you can do here. I guess I got to add music. I've not thought about that. But the most important thing is add captions. Do this now, because I find it kind of arduous to do it later with Screencast O Matic. So I will say, and this is only in the pro version. So if you're not seeing the speech to text English as an option here, where you can hit a green start, then you have not successfully been put into our pro site license. And that would need to be a discussion either with Cheryl Rodriguez or with Jim Carmichael over here in the tech department. But if you are, you will see this speech to text. I hit start and it's going to take, I don't know how long. This is the longer one that I've done. You can see if you see waiting, it's still doing the text. This is so cool. It doesn't take that long. I can start playing right at that moment if I want to. On this, and
right?
I can pause. It does a decent job of putting periods, some punctuation in, which I will say, my friends, YouTube does not at all. So if you're doing YouTube videos, it does do great auto captioning as far as getting you the words, but it does no punctuation, which is very hard for students to read, and becomes a particular problem when you export the script and you have just a long sentence for your entire video. So this is really cool that it does do the periods already, but if you see any error in here, like I should have said my name because it always puts something funny, but let's just say, for example, it had put Julie Molar. I get that a lot because of my Texas accent. You can see how I could come in here and quickly change or edit that. Particularly with nursing, I'm sure there's a lot of scientific knowledge, words that'll be in there incorrect. So you can, on the fly, come and find the places, make those edits now, and and then I hit OK, and it will save those captions. Now, I should have also pointed out where there. Let me hit that. On my edit, if I come back to it, there's another thing I want to point out. While you're here, you're just going to have to make a practice. Just go ahead and do it, and you'll be UDL compliant from the get-go. Come here to export as a TXT file, and you'll already have your script, because what they want you to do is to have your video that has the closed captioning that's been edited appropriately, and underneath you'll have a separate text file of that video. Here's the groovy thing with Screencast O Matic. As I hit the export as text, I can put, here's the one I did earlier. Okay, so for script for vid 2, I'm going to save this. Hey, it's already done. You can save it obviously wherever you need to save it. And let me come here to the desktop. My classroom, my desktop here. And then I find my text screen for vid 2 here. All right. And there it is. Okay. All right. Now,
Julie, will you just tell me that path again? So captions, text, and then what?
Okay. So when I was exporting it.
Export. Okay.
Yeah. So after I finished editing this, which I would do here, I can come in here. On the captions text, the drop down is export as the text file is the easiest one. Okay. And if you did by accident either one of these others, you can still tell your computer to it doesn't know automatically to open up an SRT file in Word, but it will open it up if you right click and say, please open this in Word. Or you can also open up Word and then locate the SRT file, and it would do that. But if you do the TXT file, it'll just save you the effort. And most people recognize what that is, and it's easy for you to make any further modifications. Oh, speaking of further modifications, they want you, when you open up that TXT file, you should put some basic information at the top of that file that says what the video is, who was talking, and how long the video ran. That is another UDL thing that they want you to do with your transcripts for your videos. So it's just because you have to assume the person that's reading that script cannot hear anything. So as much as you get right before the script starts, that you can tell, again, the title of the video, who was speaking, how long the video runs, just use that as a title at the top of your screen. Save that TXT again, and then upload to your classroom. So and then, okay, so then I would hit OK, and then I'm done. It's going to bring me back to here. Now I am, I can, again, I haven't published it yet. So I did some edits and I've done the closed captioning. Now I can save it as a video again to my computer, but I'm going to upload to Screencast O Matic because this is going to go into my Canvas classroom. So I choose that. Here is some additional things you can put in. Obviously, recording number 9 is not very detailed. Okay, here is my Screencast O Matic sample video, sample vid. All right, I hit enter to change that name. There's another thing that you can do here is you can create sub-channels so that if you wanted to keep your classrooms separated and not have all the videos in one big folder, you can do that. So I can choose, for example, to put this in my 1313 class. But by default, there'll be no channels, but you can set those channels up. All right, now I've done my basic editing. I've done some good titles so that I'll be able to find it later. I hit publish. So take it a minute to get it uploaded. That's a whole minute. I haven't done a whole minute yet with it. As soon as it's done, I'm going to take you and show you how to then put it into your classroom, how easy it is. And while I'm there, I'll also show you how you can actually start from inside your classroom to do a Screencast O Matic recording. All right, now that's done. I hit OK. I'm going to close out of this recorder, out of my Word document. We're done doing this. All right, now that's why I was going to be in my demo page here. Okay. So I'm on a basic Canvas page. I don't have anything else on the page. I could have, you can have whatever you want. You can have, please watch this video, Okay. This is just adding some media to your existing web page. So I come over here into all my different types of media that I could put in here. Screencast O Matic is one. I'm pausing for a minute. If Screencast O Matic is not in your list here, let me open this up on a new page. That is under settings. Remember my settings here. That would be an app that you need to come over here and find Screen. Again, you'd come to settings, you'd come to apps, you'd find Screencast O Matic, and then you would add the app to your classroom. I think that Churl has it there by default, but if it's not, this is where you find it, and you can let me know.
It was not. I just added it.
Okay, it's not. Okay, well, good thing to know. So it's here. You find it, you hit add app, and there's another step you add. Yes, I do want to add this. All right, back over here to my demo. All right, so I come here, Screencast O Matic. The first time you may have to log in. It knows me. I've been doing Screencast O Matic, so I'm already logged in as me. And once you're logged into your account that you've been using to do your recordings, you see all of my recordings are in here. I can even go to a sub-channel and see just the ones that I have for my particular course, my ARTC course. So that's not this button, it's actually this button. If I want to see just my ARTC 1313 videos, here is that video. I select that video. I say, yes, you definitely want to keep your captions on and embed. It's that easy. I love this thing. It's so easy. What I'd want to do right now is then also add my file. Here is the transcript for this video. And then I would come over here to my files. I would locate it there on my desktop. Oh, I have so many files in here. Upload new file, choose the file, locate it in the desktop here. So my TXT is, wait, is it? I'm probably looking right at it here.
It's right there, 2 over, right there.
Over right there. Okay. And then upload. All right, save. Bada bing, bada boom, people. We have a video. Ta-da!
This is my second recording. I'm testing
now
out
I can turn my
closed captioning
on
for
off.
Screencast O Matic.
Right?
And Julie, that's in pages for you.
I'm sorry, that come again?
That's in pages?
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, to be more precise, this is, and I'm gonna turn editing back on. anywhere that you have a content editor, you can add a video. And
Okay.
so it's not exclusive to Pages. You will note that you have that editor also in
Modules.
yeah, and well, not in modules. Modules, you still have to add a page, but let's just say you're doing an assignment and the assignment has a description and you want a video, you can then put this video in there. How about this? You have a test question. Now, that's probably a little bit arduous. They're in the middle of taking an exam and making them watch a video, but technically you could anywhere, because if you're making your own question inside Canvas, it has this editor, and this editor has the ability to put these videos in. So, oh, looks like we're running out of Zoom time.
I thought we had 45 minutes.
I know. Well, we are about to get this on Friday. We're going to have a full site professional license that'll be more than 45 minutes, or 40 minutes in this case. So let me cut it off there for right now and try to field some of your questions.
Okay.
At least have you excited about Screencast O Matic as a really good, fully functional way to do a video presentation recording with closed captioning and UDL compliance in place.
Okay, I've got a couple questions.
Okay.
How do I get the client, the actual engine itself?
Okay, so if you are not, I don't know how to emulate that, but if you went to screencastomatic.com, I would imagine.
Okay, because I can do it in Canvas. I found how to do that.
Yeah. And you should be able to go also to screencastomatic.com and download the actual engine. If you're having any difficulty getting that loaded onto your computer, I don't know if that might be tech services, but the reason why I can't answer that is because I have the ability to do that being a member of tech services. So I don't know what it's like for someone not me. So that's a good question. If you find out that you have to go through them, would you let me know so I can add information to this?
Sure.
This time?
Another question is, if I want to be able to write, I don't want to do it with my cursor. I'd want to do it with the stylus. My iPad instead of a computer.
Are you asking if they has an app on the
for the iPad? So if I wanted to use Screencast O Matic utilizing the Canvas app.
I have no idea.
Okay, because I don't want to write with my mouse. It's so chunky, but I can do it with my pen.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I know that you said that was the longest video, the 1 minute. My videos are all longer. I'll keep it cut at 15 because I know best practices for online.
It is absolutely. It's also for UDL compliance as well, Tola, is that you're supposed to have them broken up into the 15 minutes so that, again, the student can take the chunk as they can get to it. And it's easy for them to pick up with where you left off or where they
How long do you suspect it will take to render a 15-minute video?
Not very.
Okay.
I can't say. I will be honest here. I've just now really gotten on the Screencast O Matic bandwagon because I had my own program that I've been using since, I don't know, I've been doing videos for
Camtasia?
college. Yeah. No, not Camtasia. I use something called Snagit. It's right here, this little.
Oh, yeah. I have Snagit, too.
Yeah. I love
I wanted Snagit. They told me no, the college did.
Yeah. Well, I was like, hey, you want videos for me? This is what I use, and because it's really easy to use. But I am no longer promoting it because it does not do automatic captioning. I have to upload it to YouTube. That's an extra step. I have to then go and edit my captions there, which is another step, and then download the script, which isn't too bad from there. But you know, and the fact that it does absolutely no punctuation is like, come on.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, I've been going back and trying to make all of my videos in my training classrooms just to be, hey, you know, model the best practices if that's what we're going to do. And I'm having to edit these closed captionings. I mean, I'm sitting there. We'll put on the Food Network while Julie edits her closed captioning. You know, there's been a lot lot of Kate Boss. He has a show on there, the Bakers and Bakers. I've been putting that on in the background while I'm getting my closed caption. So, but you can get into Screencast O Matic from this screen, and when you're there, this is if you don't get, you can actually launch the recorder from here. I haven't done it, but you're supposed to be able to launch it and actually start a new, right here, new recording. You're supposed to be able to click that and be able to start a new recording from right now.
Nice.
Do it. So if you have trouble, getting the client on straight up, like from Screencast O Matic, you can start a new recording in there.
Okay, and I can do that. I figured that part out. Okay.
Hey, Julie, I have a quick question.
Sure.
If we're doing voiceover PowerPoints, how do we do that with the Screencast O Matic? Because that's what I need to be working on this week.
Okay. So do you mean playing one while you're recording, or recording one while you're recording one? Recording a recording of it. What are you?
I have no idea. I just know that we have to have the closed captioning, and it has to have a transcript.
Right.
I haven't even started to record the voiceover PowerPoint because we're trying. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't see why you couldn't be able to start a recording, right? Like I'm gonna record my screen, play it, and it's played, already has your recordings on it, and right?
No, not yet. I haven't recorded any voiceover yet.
Okay, well, if you did record one, and then now you need to make it a Screencast O Matic, you could just start the recording.
Okay.
And then press play on that, like run through your thing. Then when you stop, let it pull up the closed captioning and make your edits. I don't have one to show you, but it does go back to what I was saying, that anything that you get on your screen, anything you can play on your screen will come through, will be played, it will capture.
Julie, is she not planning on doing an extra unnecessary step? Because if she doesn't already voice over PowerPoints, why would she not just pull up her PowerPoint and record it?
I would do. I thought the initial question was, I have a bunch and I need them now closed captioned.
Right.
If you have one already done, and like, I don't want to redo this, Julie, then play it and record it and then have it do the captions. If you're now you know better, or now you know you can do it this way, just pull up your PowerPoint. Here I'm talking and telling you about here and what you need to know about this. Next, and then stop the recording and go on to the closed captioning after you stop the recording. I pulled this up because one thing I was thinking is that you may want to change this option right here if you're going to be playing a video and it's coming through the computer, or there's different sounds coming through the computer. Change this from no to yes, but only if you're recording a previously recorded PowerPoint. Did that make sense? And it's a preference here. That first thing that comes up on the screen is changing that to go ahead and record the computer sounds. It will record the computer sounds as well as your voice. That makes sense. But yeah, from here on out, I would do all of my PowerPoints this way. I mean, if I want to be compliant, I'm going to pull up my PowerPoints, start my recordings, talk about go through the slides, stop the recording, go into edit. That was the first step, was to go into edit and then edit my captions. I'd let it pull up. I'd make a day of it. Like I'm not leaving till my closed captionings are edited and the script is downloaded. So just.
Yeah, I think the reason that she was asking that was because we weren't able to have any kind of voice to text closed captioning on PowerPoint.
Right. That's right. It's not
People
built.
having to type up everything that we say.
Yeah, that would take you forever. right? So
As windy as she is, it would.
yeah, I'm all about what is the easiest way for me to get this done, for crying out loud. And it is to record this one way or another, either through Snagit or Screencast O Matic. But Screencast O Matic with the pro version is supposed to do the captioning for you and does at least a modicum of punctuation for you, so you're not having to deal with that. Because when I first started doing that in my YouTube videos, like, oh, this is not so bad, and then about the 5th minute is when you're like glazed over, like, okay, why do you not capitalize I, for crying out loud? It doesn't capitalize anything either. So every I and I'm going to talk to you about today. I had to capitalize the I's. I was like, oh, really? Okay. So